Hello! It's so kind of you to come to see me. Do take a seat. Oh, that's wonderful. Hey, it's so nice to know that I've still got people on my side. By the way, what's the weather like out there? Stuck in here, you can imagine what it's like for me. But you know what? I am so pleased, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that I have people like you who are on my side that don't believe all the nonsense they read in the press. Thank you so much. Yeah, those people in the press like to say that people like you aren't very bright. Well, I can tell you, you are the brightest of the bunch, okay? This isn't the first time I've been in here. You know that because you're one of the people that follow me. Oh, the last time I was a victim of a miscarriage of justice. I was stuck, and this is a few years ago now, in a restaurant, minding my own business, eating my own food with a knife and fork, when some guy, what can I call him, strange guy, suddenly says, "Oh, I was going to attack him with my knife." What? I was using my knife to eat my food. Wasn't that obvious? What are we supposed to eat our food with these days in this country? Chopsticks? Well, at least you get the joke more than the police did. Honestly, what a bunch of idiots. But I tell you what, no, I'm going to keep my voice down now because it's got to be very, very quiet and just a secret, just between me and you, because we've kind of established that special relationship. My lawyer is behind the scenes getting things sorted out so that hopefully in a few days I'll be released on bail. What about that, eh? Back out into the open world where I should be. What? You do know why I'm in this time, don't you? Oh, you don't know? Oh my goodness, it's to do with an accident. I was driving my car, minding my own business, when suddenly some fool walks out into the road and, well, what can I say? The police, of course. Of course, they breathalyzed me and they decided, oh, it looks like you've not been drinking, sir. Yes, I had not been drinking. Therefore, concludes Mr. Policeman, what you did on purpose. What? So it would have been better if I'd had a drink before I got behind the wheel of my car. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous! Sorry, lost my temper a bit there. Didn't mean to do that. It's not normally like me. I'm normally very calm. And then after that, the police say to me, the person that you drove into and killed, he was the lover of your ex-wife. But it was a coincidence. You know me. Coincidences happen all the time. People cross over to the other side of the globe and meet somebody in Australia in a cafe or a restaurant, and they find that person comes from the same town as them. It's a coincidence. You understand that, don't you? I can remember it now. Picture it in my head. Huh? Huh? Ah! 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 Oh, sorry. I was smiling. That was. It's just to hide the pain. You understand? Because you're on my side. You know me. You understand my pain. That means to me, really, really does. Oh, my goodness. Look at the time. I've got an appointment in a little while with Madam Therapist. Ugh. Well, you can imagine what she's like. But because she's so draining, she expects so much of me, I must have a short rest just before I see her. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to have to ask you to go now. Is that okay? Thank you. Thank you for coming to see me. It means everything to me. You know that, don't you? See you again soon. Hello, Madam Therapist. How are you today? Very well, I hope. I want to tell you that I've been thinking about what you said at our last meeting. You told me that we all hide behind masks. That's right, isn't it, Madam Therapist? You see, I do listen to what you say. You said that we do that, but not like we do when it's Halloween, when we put on a horrible mask to pretend we're horrible, when really we're nice on the inside. You told me, Madam Therapist, that we wear masks so that even when we're horrible on the inside, we pretend to be nice on the outside. Very interesting. Boom! Oh, you jumped then, didn't you? And you know what that tells me? It tells me that if I was horrible on the outside, I must be really nice on the inside. Isn't that right, Madam Therapist? And you also talked about framing. You said that when we go out, we like to frame ourselves in a certain way for the general public. I think those were your exact words. But, Madam Therapist, what you don't know is that the only real framing that's gone on around here is the framing of me by the police, who ask me question after question after question, and I am not allowed to ask them any questions at all. Sorry, I lost my temper a little bit there. But, Madam Therapist, let's be honest with ourselves, with each other. When you come here, you ask me lots of questions, but I'm not allowed to ask you any. Well, I'm going to this time. I'm going to ask you one. Madam Therapist, tell me about your childhood. Oh, I see you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything because I know the reason that you do the job that you do is because you need to offload those demons in your head, and all those demons were born when you were a child. Isn't that right, Madam Therapist? Saying nothing now. Passive aggressive. Isn't that what you taught me? Well, as you haven't answered my first question, maybe I can ask you another one. What sort of music do you like, Madam Therapist? Do you like jazz? Because lots of people tell me that jazz is about being sensuous, it's about love. But it's not. These are superficial people. They don't understand that. Jazz is about disharmony, about breaking the rules, about pushing the boundaries, and superficial people like you perhaps, don't like that. You like there to be boundaries. That's why you do the job that you do. Isn't that right, Madam Therapist? Because jazz can only really be understood by people like me, the masters. Not saying anything now, are we, Madam Therapist? Oh, what's happening now? You've decided to go. Bye, Madam Therapist. See you again soon. Oh, hello! Lovely to see you again, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, I've just had a really awful hour. I've been with that woman again, Madam Therapist. Oh, my goodness me. Question after question after question. She wouldn't shut up. And in the end, when she did, she stopped speaking altogether. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about all this stuff. Oh, I know you've got some really, really important news for me. The result of the appeal. Go on, let me know the news. Yes! Yes! You've been successful. Oh, thank you so much. Look, we've got to get together and celebrate. Now, you know that you were going to come round here on Saturday at 1 o'clock, but now, according to this anyway, on Saturday at 1 o'clock, I won't be in here. So why don't I come round to your place and we can have a barbecue? I know where you live. It's Arundel Way, Billericay. And if I remember correctly, you've got a nice front garden without a fence and you've got a barbecue in the front. So why don't I come round Saturday, 1 o'clock, and say hello and give you my heartfelt thanks? Oh, and don't forget, by the way, you know how I like my meat, don't you? Just like I like my brains. Raw. Only joking. Sorry. I'm just so sorry. It's happened to you now. But let's be positive. I can see your bright star shining down from heaven already. You've gone to a better place because of me, even though it was an accident. I said sorry, but I'm not now. I think you should be saying thank you to me because you're in heaven, and when I pass, we're going to be meeting on the other side.